used to give me shelter, they're all as one to me now. Oh, but I would search everywhere just to hear your call and walk upon stranger roads than this one. In a world I used to know before. Oh, I miss you more. Oh, then the sun reflecting off my pillow, bringing the warmth of you now. Oh, 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 the sound that echoed all around me when I caught just a glimpse of in the night. Oh, but now I've lost everything. I get to you, my soul, and the meaning of all that I believed before escapes me in this world of none. No thing, no one. Oh, but I would search everywhere just to hear your call. I'll walk upon stranger roads than this one in a world I used to know before. Oh, but now I've lost everything. You wanna get to you, I get to you, my soul. In the meaning of all that I believed before escapes me in this world of none. 'Cause I miss you more, I miss you more.
Yeah, well, in fact, when you're going back as far as Trick of the Tail, before that, songs, certain songs were individual as well, but we just tended to sort of, for the sake of simplicity, tended to credit everything to the group, because we felt we all sort of gave a contribution to every song in the arrangement stage, which was, as much as composition. But now we just sort of feel we would like to get back to writing more songs together, because we felt that in the past that a lot of the best songs we've ever done have been things we've written together. And that's really the main reason for being in a group, is to do things together, because if you're just writing a song on your own, you might just as well record it on your own and finish it off on your own. And particularly you talked about, and then there were three, where I think each person tended to have a pretty strong voice in how the song ended up sounding, the actual writer did, much more so than the other two members.
Was this the result of circumstances? I mean, this was the first album you'd done when you were down to three, Steve having left the band.
I think it was more the end of a sort of... after Pete left, and there was a kind of desire, I think, to prove yourself as a writer, because up until then no one quite knew who'd done what, and it was a natural progression, I think, and suddenly, without really realising it, we found we were all arriving with lots of songs, and not actually, we couldn't actually seem to, we were trying to get some group stuff going, but probably because we put so much material into the individual songs, there were no little bits around, which often is how the group stuff starts, at all.
The decision to produce the album yourselves, after this amount of time, and it is the first album you've produced
It
yourself.
never really dawned on us, actually. I think we all have felt that we've all produced all the albums.
Right.
It's just that, I mean, you know, because we definitely have had much more of a role. I mean, we say produce this new album as opposed to all the others, which we'd never had, which we didn't do. We were basically, you know, we had to foot the bill and say, we don't like this, change the sound, you know, or we want this kind of sound. And a lot of the time, towards the later days, it was actually coming off the instruments anyway. It was just, you know, production is as much a part of anything else. It's actually the mixing and the areas, the territorial rights where you can't go, you know, which are becoming less and less specific as we all get better at it. I mean, you know, we're all getting down now. We're down to working the faders and the knobs, and mucking about with the EQ and sort of, you know, trying different limiters and trying different noise, all that kind of stuff that goes into producing. We have access to, whereas before, and I'm sure if David was in the same room as us, he'd say, well, you could have always done it. But I mean, the fact is that we always felt that it was his area, and we felt, you know, a bit shy.
And he was there.
Well, you have to take the producer's or the co-producer's ideas as seriously as your own, really, because he's just at that stage, in the sound stage.
And in some respect, I mean, it could be considered as more important because he is not involved in the music, apart from the fact of liking it or not liking it. And so if he says, no, you can't, don't do that, I don't like that, you think, well, maybe he is right, or whatever. And I think now, the three of us, behind the controls, I mean, it's a bit, you know, there was lovely moments when we were making Abacab when Hugh was actually ill. You know, we had this farm and he was ill in bed for a week with some virus. And the three of us and little Jeff, who's our technician, he came in and sort of operated the machines, and there was sweat dripping off the hands, clammy hands, dropping in and dropping out. You know, this taboo area of actually recording the thing yourself. We suddenly was sort of, you know, it was us. It was take off your clothes and live. It was, you know, we were mucking around with knobs. Needles were going over like that, you know. But
Yeah, I mean, I think the three of us are actually incredibly brave when it comes to it, because we sort of much less preconceived ideas about what sound should be. You know, if it sounds good to us, it doesn't matter how you get there or what the needles are doing or what the sort of technical side is. And it would never have been possible to get to that stage with Dave, I think, because he was probably almost too conscientious of what his job was, you know.
Yes. Certainly, there's a much less preconceived notion of what Genesis sound like on the new album.
Yeah.
We've always sounded like that. The thing is that this album sounds a lot more like we've sounded in the rehearsal room, which has always been like that for many years. And we've managed to capture the thing on this album for the first time, really.
There's a little less gloss, you know, a bit more emotion and less
Yes.
gloss.